best comment of the night?
Kick a keeper. Kick a keeper. Go kick a keeper. Kick a keeper.
Go kick a keeper. We don't talk about no.
My old lady always would say, if shit had bones, it would stand up and walk.
I'm not really worried about it.
Okay, my response would be this. You don't choose Leeds United. Leeds United chooses you.
What's going on, football fans? It's your boy Lolo back here on another Friday night in the basement. And yes, we're actually here this time. Thank you, Mr. Tom, for taking over for many, many weeks while we've been, doing whatever we've been doing that has kept us away. But thank you, Director John and Mr. Tom, for carrying on while we were not here. So cheers to you all. Happy Friday to everybody.
Hey, you bastard. It's about time. Cheers.
Cheers.
Big ears.
My beer is nice and cold, but also sprinkled with rain because I had to give away this Stoop fridge. I no longer have a Stoop fridge, a basement fridge, unfortunately, to keep my beer cold. But somebody on the block was in need, so we had an extra one, so we went ahead and gave them our spare beer fridge. And luckily the temperature dropped low enough that I just put my beer outside earlier today, and it is nice and cold with a taste of New York rain to it. So cheers. Happy Friday, everybody. Oh, don't start that. Let's get the show on the road. We are back from an international break. Excuse me. Ooh, sláinte, Jimmy. I see you there. We are back from an international break, so let's talk some football. Let's say hello to everybody in the comment section. I knew those hiccups would start from minute one of the show. That's crazy. Anders in first with the first comment. Hello, lads. Good to see you. Director John, of course. Bremer's Ghost. Been a member for 43 months. Ioball. Fuck the international break. Indeed. Mr. Tom's in there in the comments as well. John Luff Garside. Very good to see you, my friend. Who else is there? Yep. A lot of talking. But good to see everybody. I think I got most of the people who were in the early comments. Yeah, reading all this stuff. Fantastic. We're back from an international break. I hate it, except that it does give us a little bit of a pause. And at least for Arsenal didn't send a good number of their players because they were injured. And hopefully the likes of Odegaard and people like that can stay healthy and come back to the Premier League. The thing that we all actually care about, real football, not international football. So we're going to be talking about the upcoming week 12 already. We're going to be able to take an actual look back. Director John doesn't have enough to do. Bring back the quiz. Yeah, we should absolutely bring back the quiz. But I don't think we'll work on that. But we are nearly a third of the way into the season. We can actually start looking at some table positions and see what's cooking there, who's actually surprising people. I know the likes of Chelsea are surprising people. Nottingham Forest are surprising people. Even Manchester City and Arsenal not really being at it right now and giving a lot of other teams some hope, like Liverpool, Aston Villa, Tottenham. No. Sorry, no. So we'll get into all that. And then, of course, we will have to talk about David Coote's incredible rant that he somehow allowed somebody to record as he was doing a bunch of lines of cocaine and or some drug. I like that they say some unknown substance when he's doing bumps of coke. But and he called Jurgen Klopp a see you next Tuesday. Coots on the doots. Coots on the toots. The doot de doo. Yes, sir, Jimmy. All this craziness. I think he's actually been suspended finally, but we're going to talk about all that stuff. So let me bring up my co-host who I haven't talked to in forever. Let's see him, Mr. Mark. Get out here, my friend.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is so good to be back. I have missed all of you. I have missed this. I was so excited setting up and looking at all this broken equipment that I have. I'm running this from like some bubble gum and some twine right now. That's what you get when you buy your broadcast equipment from Mr. Haney. And if anybody gets that joke, you're old. I gotta tell you, I mean, I saw the video of old Coote to do. I don't think it's him. I think it's someone that looks a lot like him and putting it and putting it on. That's what I think. I just don't see the similarity. I looked at a couple of photographs, and it just sure I could see him being mistaken, but I'm not buying it. I think this is fake news. This is a fake video.
Mark, I think you're probably alone in this because it has come out verified for sure that it was him. It was actually him. He said it. It was not AI. Mark, I don't know why you're siding.
I'm not siding with anybody, but here's the thing.
He's suspended.
He looks, the guy is far. Let's kind of remember.
Lord,
hey, Johnny boy,
get on the show. I know you're awake.
I'll say this. You know, when you watch the video, it's like there's nothing on the walls. It's just bare bones. It's just a regular old couch. It looks like a basement apartment. It looks like where I used to go and pick up weed when I was 19. You know, and it just doesn't seem like where David would hang out at. I don't know. It just did he come out and say, "God, I'm sorry, I kind of screwed up"? Is that what happened?
No, they've told him to shut his fucking mouth.
I know he got suspended. You know, the pending investigation, but pending investigation, they're looking into it. What do we know since they've looked into it? Is this something that's going to be kind of swept under the rug?
They are trying their hardest to sweep it under the rug. But they've already suspended him, and it's looking like he will resign from his post. Now, you can call this cancel culture. You can say, okay, oh, look at these snowflakes getting all upset because he said a couple things. Da 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 da.
I'd never do
that.
But
here's a phrase that I will bring back to you that people like Leeds United fans will know this phrase and understand it. Bringing the game into disrepute. Teams are fined and relegated and docked points for bringing the game into disrepute by just fucking with their numbers. But when you come out as an arbitrator, an official, somebody whose job is to be unbiased, and you straight up come out and call somebody a German, see you next Tuesday, like that becomes like, that's also like, it's worse than just one word. Like, call him one of those, but both of those just combined to be.
I mean, it is
just
pretty
showed
damning.
Vitriol in his voice when he said it. It was a hatred. It was a, how can you not say? How can you say that you didn't have bias on the pitch when you feel that way a year later, a year since seeing Klopp?
Right.
You know?
Well, you know, I guess the question, I guess what the question is what do you do about it? Because I don't think it ends with him. I think there are several, and I think we can all agree that there are certain officials that are kind of their bias against certain teams. I'm sure that Arsenal can pick out somebody. I'm sure that Wolves could pick out somebody. I'm sure that Tottenham could pick out somebody. I have no idea. But the question, because I don't know it, I don't know enough. I don't know much. But what I can say is that we've all had those days where where the result of your squad has been influenced by the officials, and it's the officials got it wrong, whether it be an inconsistent call or some sort, like I'm sorry, we have people that make comments about Arsenal and the calls that they get against them that influence the run of the game. And I just sit back and I laugh, because it's like, yeah, you've never gotten a yellow card for aggressive running. It always just cracks me up. But the question is, what is to be done about it? Because suspending and suspending officials isn't going to solve anything. It's just it slaps a Band-Aid on the problem, and oh, good, he got suspended, and then you just kind of forget about it. The fan base forgets about it until it's something else egregious. Until something else egregious comes along. I mean, for instance,
that's their hope.
That's
their hope. That's what the PGMOL wants, is for them to be able to say, "Bad, David Coote, you are suspended. You are, if you go and resign on your own, fantastic. And now we're done. We've done something about the bad thing." When I think most fans of the Premier League are watching that going, that's just the dumbass that got it recorded.
Yep.
This
exactly.
This is ingrained in the refereeing culture. Is they're human beings. They have biases. And something I put in the thumbnail is, can a British ref actually be unbiased in the Premier League? Mark, you and I were raised in the United States. Now, we both happen to bounce around a lot when we were younger, so we weren't particularly raised in one city with one team. Some of that time was in El Paso as well for both of us, which has 0 teams and is closer to LA than to Dallas. So
that's also true.
But I'm saying, if you're born in England and you're raised there, wherever you're born, you have deep tie-ins to that football club, or whatever football club your grandfather or your father or your mother or great-grandfather played for or really loved. And it's this deeply ingrained thing. You just happen to become a referee. Nobody grows up as a 6-year-old going, I'm going to be a referee. I'm going to keep myself unbiased. No, they grow up going, I want to play for Manchester United. And then they're not good enough at football. And they go, you know what? I'm really good at, I really love the game. I'm going to go into officiating. This is a good way to make some cash. And then they get better and better, and they move up. And then all of a sudden they're Premier League referees. And they still had that dream of playing for United and hating Liverpool and hating Arsenal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why City doesn't get any of this nonsense, because City wasn't around back then. Nobody gave a fuck about City back then. So nobody has this innate hatred of City or innate love of City, because 40-year-old, 50-year-old men, City wasn't fucking doing anything back then. So no, you don't care.
I think also it while I agree with what you just said. Hey, thanks, Johnny. I appreciate that. I love you too, man. I guess this,
but I know I love you. That may be. No,
here's what I've got to say on, or what I've got to add to that, where it is true that because football is so well ingrained in the culture of Britain, and these referees or these officials definitely did grow up loving a team and hating someone. It's just inevitable. But I also think that for better or for worse, I'm going to say for worse, is the culture of gambling. And gambling is absolutely huge in sports over the last however many years. It's gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. I mean, even in America, our sports shows are taking a moment where they are sponsored by some betting site and they are giving their take on something. There's a lot of money involved, and I would certainly say that there's probably some company coming along and just going, hey, if you could make that
Mark,
happen.
The difference between what we're saying, those two thoughts, is corruption and bias. I'm going to corruption is deeper down the conspiracy rabbit hole, which has, it's like intent to kill, like where assault becomes intent to kill, or murder with intent to kill, but this one is just murder, but he didn't mean it. Where bias, I think, is deeper. I'm sort of letting them off the hook with bias, going, it's not corruption, and it's not that you're an idiot and just terrible at your job. It is this minor, way back in the back of the brain, where if it's a close game between your beloved fucking Tranmere Rovers versus Manchester United, and Tranmere actually have a chance to fucking win, and there's a slide tackle from one of the Rovers, and you're like, no, it was good. I saw him get the ball. When everybody's like, he didn't get the fucking ball. But it's this. It's not that somebody paid me. Now that could very much happen, Mark, and I'm sure that does happen. I'm just saying, in this big problem that we're looking at right now, I'm going to go ahead and say, let's not say that they're corrupt. Let's say that they're human beings with fucking 30 years of influence on their brains.
Right.
Like somebody said, after Leicester won the title, one of the refs came up to one of the guys and was like, man, one of y'all, I should have sent one of you all off, but I really wanted you to win the title. It's like, wait, what? Arsenal finished second that year. You mean to tell me, like, fuck. Now that's different, Lawler, on the Man City payroll, Michael Oliver. Now those are leaning a bit more into the corruption, where maybe you might not be paid. Maybe it's not pay to make this thing, but he knows where his bread is buttered. So big up to John Lawler, who's in the chat right now. You got the link, John. You can join us. And Jesse Talks Football. Very good to see you on here. I see a lot of people giving you love. We'll have to check out your channel. First time I'm hearing about it. But everybody, check out their channel as well. I think it's a Leeds channel, right? Ish, possibly.
Hey, we're a Leeds-ish channel.
Mark, I didn't realize we got so many people waiting in the wings. But let's go ahead and bring on a British guy and a British adjacent guy. I haven't seen these two guys in a while. Let's bring on Mr. Tom and Gary. All right, Mr. Tom, drinking kombucha.
Gary shrunk.
Hello.
Gary shrunk, definitely.
John's having kittens right now because he's like, Gary, lower your camera. What's going on? Sorry, I don't know why I did his voice like that, because it doesn't sound like that at all. But
that was my voice.
How you doing, Gary?
Hello. What's your name again?
Oh, my name's Royal Rumble.
Royal Rumble. Oh, welcome. Yeah. Welcome. It's been a while. Hello, Mr. Tom. Hello there, John. Hello, Mark.
Hey, Gary.
Hello, Lolo.
Long time no see.
If you don't know who that is, just go to that show, Don't Waste a Tweet, and, Road Trip. He's usually on it. Used to be another guy on there, but he's not there anymore.
That crap? Who watches that?
I have shares in that channel. I've shares in allegedly.
You took all your Bitcoin and converted it over to... Going
Yeah, I bought
investment
this. I
into.
converted it into shitcoin.
Well, fellas, I hate to throw you into the fire here, but you know we can get all into all the hellos. How are you? You look so good type of shit in a minute. But I just want to throw you guys right in here on what we're talking about right now with the. Oh man, that looked
Delectable,
like
I
an
tell ya.
ad. John, you got to add like a little X onto there where people can click it,
And then link it to a Patreon account.
Yeah, link it to their bank account.
Help
you know how to
Gary
do
become
that, right?
more
Actually,
delectable.
Gary's OnlyFans, really.
We weren't supposed to broadcast it on this channel, remember?
We're already demonetized. We played 2
I forget
seconds of
things.
Bandy. They hate Bandy on YouTube. They demonetize us just for talking about him. It sucks. Anyway, fellas, with this whole refereeing situation, what are your thoughts on all this? The David Coote, the conspiracies, the bias versus corruption. What are your thoughts on all this? Mo Master's here too. Whoa.
I know. We're getting the band back together.
I was literally about to say, I don't care about David Coote compared to the fact that Mo Master's alive.
Maybe he is David Coote.
It wouldn't surprise me. I'd be more surprised if it turned out he was Michael Oliver, of course. But
Very good to see you, Mo. Welcome back.
It starts with basically incompetence more than it is anything else. I just don't think they're good at their job. So anything after that, it's just like a byproduct of not being able to do your job. So are they cheating? Are they malicious? Are they actually looking to do? No, I just don't think they're good. At least they're not good in the Premier League. It seems like when they go off and play, and do their job for Europe for some reason, they look a little bit better. I think they have. It's one of those things that they've got the leash on them when they're in the European leagues and doing that international work, and then when they come back home, they just let them free and they just pretty much do anything. And there's no, as we say, what is it? No accountability. So. They get caught doing something wrong, they get promoted. I mean, yeah, and that starts from the top. So are they cheating for us over others? You know what? It hurts because, it's hurt us and it's hurt other teams as well. Right. So I don't know. It's too, if we complain, everybody else will complain and tell us why they
What
could
do they get promoted to, Gary?
Well, if you don't put the lines down on a offline call, you get promoted to, guess what? You are now in charge of the incoming recruits, and you are helping them get set up and ready to, do your job. Supposedly, that's kind of what kind of promotion.
Okay, Gary. Let me ask you this. Then, to play sort of devil's advocate on here. You're saying it's not it. Who cares that he's showing bias or anything like that, or about this bias? Let's talk about them being shitty at their jobs. Now, sorry, Mark, I'm going to bring Gary up top because he's riding low. He's riding low today, so every comment just cuts him off and it looks like I'm talking to a shower.
Or is it Norm? Isn't it Norm?
Would you mind?
Isn't it Norm?
I think he's doing the crapper tonight.
Norm behind the fence? Isn't that what his name is?
No, what was his?
Oh no, it was
his name wasn't Norm. It was
no, it was I know what you're thinking of.
That's the one with Tim
Tim
the
Dual Man
Home
Taylor.
Improvement.
Yeah. Home Improvement. That's right. I forgot
Al
who that guy was.
His sidekick. It was fuck, Gary. You properly derailed me now.
I'm sorry. I
Nelson. No. Not Nelson. Wilson. Wilson. I believe it was Wilson.
I'll go with that. But yeah, sorry. Let's move on. Yeah.
Okay, so Gary, but what I was getting to is we harp on every mistake that a referee makes. Now, if we go back and look at their over the past, say, year, and you say there were these 5 glaring errors that so-and-so made, that's 5 errors over 38 matches, if not more. Is it not like, the harsh lives of goalkeepers where you can make 1,000 good saves, but one mistake is a goal? So are they really that bad at their job, or is it just that the one time they do fail, it's game changing, literally? Are we being too harsh on them for their failures?
They're consistent. Like how many weeks? Like
They're
every week
consistent
there's
failing.
something. Every week there's something about the referees. Why? Why is that? Why is it one week it's a penalty and a foul and a yellow card, and the next week they
But
don't
it's not
even
always the
see it
same ref.
anymore?
That's all I'm saying.
No, it's a institutional problem starting from the top down. It's that's basically what it is. Everything is bad. They don't. There's no accountability from the top down. All right, somebody makes a mistake, you don't see them truly punished. Right? Can they improve on it? Yes. Everything. The fact that they even thought that it would be a good idea to maybe switch the way that they do offsides mid-season just makes that's like, how in the world do you do that? How like I like they basically thought to do. I don't think they're gonna. Hopefully, they're not going to do that. But you just can't change rules mid-season. But no, I think we all have a case, and as I said before, they're just killing the sport. They're hurting the sport. We're talking about them more than the damn players sometimes, right? They're hurting the sport, and this is the problem with a lot of sports. There's reasons why sports. I think they're hurting a lot of sports these days. It starts with the money, and then with like things like this, incompetence and whatnot. Right? We should be talking about the football. That's really what we want, right? I think Mr. Tom will tell you. Take away the damn videos. I don't know anything about what is he talking. Who is this guy, anyways? Do we know him? Who is that guy?
He's just falling right back in. He's falling right back in.
He doesn't break character for anybody, Gary.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. Ask Mr. Tom. He's happy with no VAR. All right.
Well,
9 times out of 10.
Y'all had a chance to do something about VAR, and only my squad voted against it. Everybody else kept it. But you guys kind of raised an important thing there. We've talked about it on the show a bunch of times as far as like the consistency of officiating, where we see, case in point, Arsenal a couple of times this season. You're interfering with the ball and you kick it away and you get a yellow card, or you end up getting your second yellow and you get suspended, or the clattering that gave, what was it, Saliba the red card, and then the next day Chelsea got away with that. Would it be possible, and wouldn't it be interesting if, and I've been thinking about this for a couple of few weeks, that the season starts on a Saturday and we've got matches on Sunday and Monday, or maybe it starts on a Friday, and there's this questionable call that was made in a certain way. Maybe it, who knows how it went, but this call was questionable. This is the decision that was made by the ref on the field or by VAR. Would there not be some sort of memo that would go out to everyone that is like, if this happens on Saturday, everyone that is officiating on Sunday go, hey, we've highlighted a couple of things that happened this week. We need to make sure that we call it the same way.
You said, but that's as if they had a sound business model, a sound process.
I'm certainly hoping that Premier League officiating is not a business, because then that becomes where it becomes much that throws the bias right in there if it's a business.
Well, they're trying to do it.
It's supposed to be.
So Mark, that memo that you're talking about. So when the red card for Declan Rice came out, that's what kicked it all off. Was that tap of the ball, weird situation.
Wrong.
He kicks the ball away, gets a second yellow.
I'm sorry. I mean, I see it, but the way you're describing it is a little. Look, Rice looked behind him. He knew exactly what he was doing. He just got caught.
Oh my God, I didn't want to fucking get into this. I just wanted to talk about what happened, but no, there was a lot of shit going on. The guy kicked the ball at him. He turns around, he flicks the ball away. The guy kicks him up the asshole, and he gets sent off the pitch. The guy gets nothing. So no, it wasn't how I described it because I was being fucking gentle to those twats. All I'm saying is, after that happened,
Hey, take that down. Don't you dare
That
jump.
was unnecessary.
They did send a memo out and said, hey, we need to cover our asses with this. If you see some of these, give yellow cards, but do not give another red card because then that's going to fuck up everything. And then everybody's going to be like, oh, we're all getting red carded all the fucking time. So, no. The memo that you're talking about does go out, but it isn't about it isn't about let's keep consistent. It's how do we cover our ass for this fucked up, for this 50-50 crazy decision that happened.
Think about that same weekend. What is it? 2 players on yellows, both booted balls.
The
and both,
next day,
they did not get that second yellow. Even though the previous game, it was, you know what? We're following the book, the letter of the law. The next day, the letter of the law is gone. Burned.
Nah, that's not true. That's not true.
It happened the next day, Mr. Tom.
No, that's not
everything
true.
Bubba Slide was on a yellow and he booted the ball 30 yards.
I don't care.
No. You don't care.
You're suing everything to suit your argument.
No,
basically Arsenal getting screwed over.
It actually happened.
Arsenal never lose a football match. It's always someone else's fault other than your team and your players.
Hold on, Gary, Tom, Gary. The reason you guys are successfully winding us up is because Gary and I are trying to not say that Arsenal get fucked over by all of these. We're talking consistency referee. No, we are not. No, we are not.
He's literally just said it.
He didn't. He's talking about consistency of refereeing.
And you don't like that.
This happened.
Hold on. But we all know where that goes.
No.
I gotta say, guys, I have missed this so much.
No, fuck off, Tom. Both you and Mark changed the subject to Arsenal whining when Gary and I were not even whining about anything. We were saying, let's talk about consistency. Here's a clear example.
Here's a clear example. You just want to wind us up. We don't want to. No, we're not going down that road.
It's working though, isn't it, Gary?
No.
I'm successfully doing it though, aren't I?
You're not. I didn't hear where you said.
I love how Gary did the total thing where like you're talking like high and then you're like, no, but you haven't upset me at all. And me going a lot quieter proves that.
So all I say is, okay, you guys bring up an example of a situation like that where a shitty call was made and the rest of the weekend had to deal with that. Go ahead.
Man City versus Wolves when Bernardo Silva interfered with Jose Sa, and then the next day the same thing happened and it wasn't called.
Yeah, because that's not a clear and obvious. So
it's only clear and obvious when it happens for Arsenal. Is that it?
Exactly. See, you brought it to Arsenal. I didn't bring up Arsenal. You brought it to Arsenal. I'm saying a weird situation. So a player off the ball being called offside or not is not a weird situation. It happens all the time. They just didn't call it. And I would say that's a Man City non-call, not a fucking referee. Not a like, let's send out a memo.
If he hadn't pushed the goalkeeper, if the goalkeeper hadn't pushed the Man City play forward, it wouldn't have been a goal. But he did. So he wasn't being obstructed. His view wasn't being obstructed because the goalkeeper pushed him away.
Because he pushed him away.
Are you watching Lawrence in the background?
That's what happened.
Yep. Yes. Yes. I see Lawrence.
Patch?
We just don't have room right now with the fucking nonsense of these guys over here.
Nonsense. I'll call it quality television.
I'm just saying, when you're looking for the weird, fucked up calls that have happened, chances are you're going to pick an Arsenal match this season. Generally, you can pick a Wolves match any season. I'm giving you that, Mark. Just saying, the weirdest ones have happened to Arsenal this season.
Does he?
I don't think I would call, like, kicking the ball out of play, weird, because it's something that they said at the beginning of the year that they were going to concentrate on.
And have they done it? Have they done it for any other
They
club
are
but
concentrating on it. They're just not consistent. Just like it has been an issue
Concentrating
in the
it-
past. Oh,
They're not
jeez.
consistent, and then that's exactly how we
Oh,
started this thing.
Oh, jeez.
Mark, how
Rick.
many yellow cards? How many yellow cards do you guys have for kicking the ball away?
I am sure
Fucking
many.
none, probably.
Yeah.
Most teams have
I'm
fucking
sure.
none. Arsenal
You-
has 2
you got-
fucking red cards. That's insane. That's fucking insane. Now I'm gonna get on to the fucking Arsenal. God damn it, Mark. God damn it.
I wasn't bringing Arsenal to this thing, and Mr. Tom, whoever started it, that's you.
You're trying to blame me for this as well, Gary.
Yes, yeah, you get blamed for
Feelings hurt.
everything. It's all your
My
fault.
feelings. You've hurt my feelings. Hurt my feelings if I had any. I do.
All right, guys. It's time to. The only way that I've learned, when you're at an impasse and you can't get through with 4 people, you should probably bring a 5th in. So we're gonna bring Lawrence in here from Kentucky, my man. How are you?
Great. Thanks for having me. Love hearing this chat here. And I can tell you, I think West Ham's had like 2 or 3 yellows for getting it kicked out there and delaying the game. So we've had that this year. So you're not the only one. And it's funny, and I'm not bashing Arsenal or not anything like that. But it was a good point, though, because Arsenal and some of the big 6, like, oh, why the refs pick on me? But I think the thing you guys forget about is that refs around any sport are having challenges. Whenever we're on a picking, why would you have VAR? Because what we expect is we want 100% accuracy all the time. And when you have a human person making these decisions, it won't happen. Now, the decision we're trying to make now is it anti against a team? Like the guy was a Coote or whatever, and he was like talking shit about the Liverpool manager. But at the end of the day, you know what? If you're getting someone disrespecting you, you're going to hate him. It's probably him sitting with his boyfriend snorting coke. That was the big problem that he was having, right? So I think when you get away with the referees, it's going to happen in all sports. And it's always going to be a controversy. And if it goes against your team, you're going to hate it. And sometimes it's good or bad. And sometimes it could be malicious where they're favoritism. You just don't know. It's all speculation, really.
Too much common sense there, Lawrence. Didn't like that.
I know,
Yeah.
Tom.
Yeah,
Hey.
Lawrence.
It
Lawrence,
doesn't fit with his. It doesn't fit with his, like, tightening the screws and trying to poke the bear.
Lawrence, we're gonna have to yellow card you for making.
Oh my
turns
God!
out the gate.
How dare you bring
You
common
need to
sense
watch
to the
yourself.
show?
You need to watch
No,
yourself.
and I'm going to
making
give
too
you a
much
yellow
sense.
card because you made me sit in the back room and listen to this shit for about 30 minutes.
That's been our formula to success for the last 3 years.
Well, let me just ask you: is it any less painful being on screen and listening to this nonsense?
Well, well, I can at least express myself instead of talking myself in the mirror, so it helps.
Oh, good luck. Good luck. Have you actually been on with Mark yet? Do you know Mark?
I don't think I've been on with Mark yet.
Hey, how you doing, Lawrence?
Hey, nice to meet you, Mark, and it's
Good
good.
to see you. Thanks for
see you, so.
thanks for being a part of this during.
Yeah,
my...
thanks. I've been trying to get on the last couple weeks and stuff like that. I love the channel. Being from America and having no offense, Tom, but having the different, their fans here in the U.S. that have different ones, and the passion that we have for the Premier League, no matter what, here comes a Capitals fan, but I still love you, John. But
Lawrence's wife sends me a check every week.
That's right.
Just
so I can get on.
Just
Hey,
so
wait a
Lawrence
minute,
has
you're
something
getting
to do.
paid?
Yeah, $3.
Wait,
$3.
Lawrence's wife has cash? She has me sending her cash. This is crazy.
Oh, I love it. But no, thanks. It's fun. It's a good stuff, man. I got some notes too if we're going to talk about different top things that we're going to
slap them down. Wait, there's actual writing on that paper.
Yeah, I like last week there, Tom, and you and your goose. I have different things here to talk facts.
Oh, Lawrence, I remember when I made notes.
You know what? Because I am part of some different West Ham channels. Not much, but like on reviews and stuff like that. But I got some old timers that've been around and West Ham fans too, from their father to their grandfather and all that stuff. And I always tell them, hey, I respect you. I'm a newbie kind of thing, and I have to write the stuff down to make sense of it and stuff like that. So they appreciate it, and I think it. I just put a little notes to help along with the conversation.
Absolutely.
I just like Mo Master is deep trolling you with this is what happens when you let Payet go. Payet, Dimitri Payet. That was like 6 years ago, wasn't it? Like
I think that's definitely pre-Stoop.
He was. I liked him a lot, man. He was on West Ham, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, he was. Yep.
Yeah. We'll see you, Bronco. Good to see you, man. Bronco's
that
taking
motherfucker.
off.
He doesn't tell people to smash likes on my fucking show. I see Sam Green would talk about absolute nonsense, this fantastic nonsense. And he never goes, you know what he does? He actually adds input into the show, which I do appreciate. But he's never actually told any of the other 4 people that take part in it. Yeah, thanks, John. He's like, you've been planning that all night. Anyway, but yeah.
No, I went
That
into
wasn't
fucking
me, Tom.
Photoshop and created that because you
wasn't
made
me,
me so
Tom.
mad
Oh,
already.
I like that. I like that one.
I
like
took
that.
my time and created that and
Lolo,
placed
that
it
was
in the
good.
right spot and
I
was just waiting
apologize,
for you
John.
to talk again.
All we heard was wah 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 wah. That's all we heard.
Outrageous.
Oh damn! That come on! Wow!
Fucking racism right there.
That
What's up, BX?
BX, good to see you, man.
BX.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Wow. All right. Were we at halftime yet? No. Okay. What are we talking about? Okay, the referee situation. Mark, Tom, I know I yelled at you guys a lot. I would like you to speak your piece. As dumb as it might be.
I think there's a lot to be said about the inconsistencies of the officiating.
Sure.
Yes, I would like to see it be more consistent, but then on the other side of the coin, I don't like seeing, and you see it in all the various social medias that, well, it happened to us, it should happen to them.
Yeah.
I don't like that. It doesn't do any good because it negates all the other reasons why your squad, my squad, his squad, her squad didn't do well.
Hey, Mark,
it becomes an easy escape to go, well, we lost because of the officiating. Yeah. And that's just too easy. And I
agree with you
there. It's like, look, yeah, sure, but you still gave up that goal that didn't have anything to do with officiating.
Yeah.
It's not like Rice's indiscretion, as childish as it was, in my mind. It didn't negate an Arsenal goal. It did bring you down to 10 men.
We played with 10 men for another 60 minutes or so and gave up a goal.
And you still played well. You just,
there
were other reasons why you didn't do what you did.
Yeah, that just makes you think, oh, we did that well with 10. We probably would have won with 11. But Mark, I think what you're saying is absolutely spot on. And I think it's a shift of what we all as fans, when we say that happened to my team, it should happen to other teams. No, we shouldn't be thinking that. But when it happens to another team, we need to be as outraged when it happens to another team because we know it'll happen to our team. That's my whole thing. Is like, why are you guys laughing at Arsenal for getting a red card for something like this when if it happened to you, you would be fucking outraged? When really, so just step back and let's forget the banter for 2 seconds and just go, that's a fucking dumb call. It does nothing for the game. It actually puts the referee's influence on the game. There you go. And then we can actually have conversations that aren't just Arsenal, Chelsea. You know, it's
Right.
then we can
here for,
actually
though, isn't
have
it?
a conversation. That is what we're here. We are here for. Yes.
Like banter.
Yes.
It's like being down the pub, and basically down the pub, I'd be going Arsenal.
Well,
Now,
the
Tom,
best thing is,
when I was saying that,
why is he here?
it doesn't matter for our
Lolo,
show.
Mark,
I'm talking
John,
about in general.
why is
social
he
media.
here?
Who?
Why is he here?
Which one?
Wee man.
Wee man.
Yes.
Because you know what, he racked up a bunch of bonus points for hosting the show when we weren't here, so he's now
revoke those points.
We actually
Please,
told Tom,
please.
you're allowed to say whatever you want, whenever you want, forever.
I love
He
this
was
bonus
doing.
points
He was
concept
doing that when he
because,
had no
Gary, how
points.
many bonus points do I have on your channel when I did the same shit for you?
I don't even know who you are. Stop.
Oh, Jesus.
Matter of fact, last week's show, I don't know if you saw the title of last week's show, but it was like how 10 ways to get chicks or something like that.
By Tom and the Goose.
Yeah.
Tom and the goose knows how to pick up.
True.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
It talks and
True.
everything. It's Tom.
It's true. It's true. They know, they've forgot more about picking up chicks than you'd ever know, Gary.
Oh, Lord.
I'm
That's
just
true.
saying. I'm just saying. And I say that to a married man with more kids than I can count on my hand if we pretend I have 3 fingers. Which I don't, obviously, but I might have if I was from Norwich.
You
Actually,
know
that's
what?
not
I
true.
don't-
I'd have 6 fingers.
I'm not. No. Aloe vera.
Aloe.
I don't
Last
know.
week was the best
What?
week ever. I think I was part of that a little bit, huh, Tom? Maybe I got a little credit for that.
Bowmaster has a
thank you,
very,
Bowmaster.
very poor internet, and he watches from Tom's dungeon.
Yeah, not that I don't appreciate the praise, my master, but just out of interest, and we'll not call this a test. What was your favourite part of the show?
Oh
That's
no.
probably when I came on for a couple minutes, couple spotlights.
I think he makes some
Nobody
very
was
strong
interrupting
points
him.
right there.
No
One's interrupting. But where's the fun in that?
No,
I'll go
no,
outside
hold
the
on,
referee.
John, put that
Like-
comment back up. Put that comment back up.
No, the other one I knew it.
Can I just say about this comment right here, as leader of this channel,
Pat?
yuck. I never want my show to be described as it was nice, no interrupting, and everybody. Fuck you. No, different show. Where's Director John? The only person's
doing
opinion
that.
who
I
matters.
was
here.
making fun of that. Who did the error there?
There you go.
Good John
I'm
is a
just
true
saying.
star.
Ugh, what a gross way to
That's true.
describe
Yeah.
a show. No interrupting. Everybody had its fair say. It was very calm and it was very. Fuck you.
You'll fall asleep with shit like that.
We're at the bar, son.
That's
You want
right.
to talk? You better get louder.
Everyone
Get
is
your fucking
fair
notes
game.
away.
Gary, if we
Lawrence's
did an
notes
event-
would
if
have
we
my
did-
beer rings all over.
Gary, if we did a
putting my
Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder tribute act, would I get to be Stevie Wonder and you can be Paul McCartney?
I
There you
want to
go.
be in the corner of the bar
There you
hanging
go.
out with Rosie. You guys can be bullshitting all you want.
There you go. There you go, John.
Yeah. Big up Johnny
Wow.
Lawler.
Ouch.
A referee's
Did you
job
know
is
that
to blend
Glasgow
into the
Rangers
game
have
and let
scored-
it flow.
Do you,
Nowadays,
just,
these boys-
just for your
Rosie.
information of my own, did you know that San Marino have scored more away goals this season than Glasgow Rangers?
Wow.
Didn't really care or know about that one.
Fine. I'll remember that, Lawrence. It's fine.
I'm
Love
sorry,
you,
Tom. I was just saying. I'm just being real about it. I ain't trying to hate on you.
I'll remember that.
Ouch.
Oh, Rosie.
Rosie.
Wow.
Coming in hot. You're hitting us in our
I'll
moneymaker.
remember that too.
Yeah, that is our buttered bread right there. Rosie is our Leeds fans. In fact, I mean that's the only thing that makes Lolo and I marginally famous is Leeds. You know,
Oh,
Oh, God.
that's great. Oh my gosh.
Or was it really great, Gary? Was it really great? Was it amazing? Would you put it in a postcard?
I don't stop talking to me. I don't
Gary,
know who you
Gary,
are.
I got him.
Seriously.
I got him.
There you go.
I got
You know
him
what?
for
You know, you were talking about Ebony and Ivory and all that. What is it? The skit, the Saturday night skit with Stevie Wonder and was it Billy Crystal?
Honey and Ivory.
But wasn't that Eddie Murphy and then Billy
Eddie
Crystal
Murphy.
doing
It was Eddie
doing the
Murphy.
skit? Yeah, doing the skit of Ebony and Ivory. Yeah, it was hilarious. That was years ago, man.
And you're as blind as a bat. That was great.
Something.
Man.
Yeah, you don't look that old to know that. Remember that? And I remember.
What do you
that.
mean? How young do you think I am?
You're not as old as me, and I remember it. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I don't know.
Gary's in his 70s.
Hey, you know what? Black don't crack.
Oh Jesus!
Black don't
I know.
crack.
Black don't crack.
No, I was shocked. We kept going out to dinner in London, and he's like,
Billy
"Guys,
Crystal's
it's
a
4.
genius, really. I
We
love
should
it.
be at dinner already." And I was like, "The
I'm
fucking
usually coming
early
home
bird
at
specials-
5. What are you talking about?
These
We like
early bird
special.
specials don't apply in England over here."
Yeah, no.
He's like, we could get a steak and a potato for $6.99 if we get there before 5. I'm like, Gary, Jesus Christ, I'll give you a
What
tenner.
retirement home are we eating at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Mr. Tom's ordering it extra well done.
Oh.
Buys an $80 steak and says extra well done. I go and place the order, and the guy goes, "Are you serious?" And I said,
Just do it.
"Yes."
I
Unfortunately,
didn't
yes.
say extra well done.
Can I get
Tell me
extra
right.
well done and some A1
You
steak
said
sauce?
burnt?
That'd be the best.
You said you wanted it like leather in your
the
mouth.
The words that left my mouth, Lolo, was, "I want this steak cooked to fuck." That was what I actually said.
Cooked to fuck. There you go. I want it to taste the way that it tastes when I put Finger the Duck in my mouth.
And when he drops it on the plate, he goes "Cling," like a coin. That's
He's like,
that's how-
"Sounds great." It's like, "How is everything today?" It sounds fantastic. It's still echoing.
Then he pulls out his
throughout the room.
chainsaw, and it's time to eat.
To be fair, he ate it very quickly. Somehow,
I sniffed it, and it was gone.
because it was powder. But at
sniff
that
it
point,
either.
it was
What the
fucking
hell?
charred powder. You could
True.
snort that fucking thing. Speaking of David Coote,
Nice.
I got
Nice,
nothing.
segue.
That was the end of it.
I mean,
You
one
started
thing I
it.
will
You
say,
did.
one thing I
Just
will
didn't
say,
finish.
don't listen to that. Don't listen to it, Scooby. They implying illegal things. One thing I will say
Oh
about
my
the Coote
gosh.
situation is, and this is genuinely true, no one has actually took issue with what he said about Klopp. Like, no one's gone, "He's wrong, Klopp ain't a cunt."
No.
It's like, deep down, everyone's like, "He totally is."
Nobody's
totally is.
standing up for Jurgen Klopp. They're like,
Hell no. 'cause
I
we know
get
he's in
that. I
this.
get that he's a
Yeah.
cunt. You
Yeah.
just can't say it on camera while you're also doing a bunch of drugs.
There you go. That was the key thing right there. I think it was the drugs that really did it.
My favourite part
There's
of it
there's
was
been
just
no interviews with
unnecessary.
Klopp. Sorry,
My
go
favourite
ahead.
part of it was just how he went, "Oh, he's a cunt, blah, blah, blah." And then he went, just for no reason, just went, "Milner's all right." Just
That's why. That's why
there's
this
like
whole
22
thing
people wearing a red
smells
shirt.
of fake. Was just like, oh yeah,
No,
Milner's
that's what
okay.
makes it real, Mark. Because AI would never add in Milner's all right.
I don't think it was
Milner's
AI.
all right.
I think it was a guy that looks like David Cook.
Isn't he suspended and fired and all this stuff?
Why,
He was
yeah, well, he
suspended
was-
pending investigation.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
He was doing European games, and he was suspended from that too, because some of that was European games. He was doing some matches. He got
No, they verified that they're legit. And then they came out, there was the second video, a short video where he's going, "By the way, that video that you just recorded can never go
It's
out."
real.
And I'm like, dude,
Guys,
you
I
don't-
said some
Dumbass.
terrible things
How-
on video last week, and I meant
And you don't go-
but
You go, hold on 1 second. Can you roll up again? You rolling? We rolling? We good? We good? Okay. That last video you can't show to any. I'm like, what the fuck
Yeah.
are you doing?
what an imbecile. I
Camera
agree.
5, turn.
And the
pull it
camera
in.
was like
Camera 5,
here.
pull it a little
Like
bit.
right there.
I don't look right.
The camera was like here.
How stupid can you be? It's just he should get fired for being stupid. You know what I mean? It's just-
And that's Gary's whole point. They shouldn't all be fired for doing coke and calling people cunts. They should be fired for being fucking shitty at their jobs.
100%.
I thought Gary's point was they should be allowed to do coke as long as they then go and give Arsenal all the decisions.
Nobody. Once again, why is he still talking? No, seriously, Mr. Tom.
That's totally what you meant, though. That is really what you meant.
I got you on mute. There you go. Anything you say, anytime you speak, out comes the plug to plug up that hole. Can you show it again? There you go.
That's really not PG.
What is that?
Not PG.
What? What is that?
Jeez, moving around.
All of us.
This show's gone a little different.
Oh, cheeky.
Yeah.
See if I clap behind the finger. Do it again.
First
there you
rule
go.
is you don't
Yeah,
get
yeah,
caught.
it is. Yeah,
Exactly.
shit.
Exactly. Ay. Okay, guys, I don't want to talk any more about this referee nonsense in the second half of the show. We got too much to talk about. So, has anyone not said their piece? We got 5 minutes before halftime. Has anyone not said their piece that wants to actually? I won't interrupt.
Can I
Anyone but
try and
Tom.
wind up Gary?
Anyone but Tom. Okay, fuck. We
Gary's
gotta go with
face.
Tom.
Gary's so happy. Gary's so
not
happy. We've not even
happy.
used the carrots on him yet.
No, I already seen
You
him.
used the carrots on me for some
That was
reason.
a fault. That was a. You can't use it again. You just wasted it.
You can't
I
use
did
the
not
carrots
waste
on
the
Lolo.
carrots.
All right. It sounds like we're done with talking about incompetent. Oh
No, Tom said he had something to say. Final
Oh, no, I
thoughts.
just wanted to wind up Gary. I had nothing to say. I do love the VAR in the championship, though. I've said it before, but then again, a lot of you have said a lot of things before about VAR, so I thought I'd say something that applied to my team about the same sort of thing that we usually don't always talk about and then hate that
Okay,
we talk
moving
about
on,
it.
moving on.
Final second, Lolo, if I can say one
looking at,
10-second clip. I like VAR. The
No, you can take
offside-
as much time as you want.
The VAR when it comes down to a pubic hair to be offsides is very annoying. So it's like oh, he's off by this or that. We need to come to a decision on the offside rule. When you're like barely offside by a toe or something like that, it gets a little crazy and stuff like that. That's one thing that bothers me. VAR can be used for good when there's definitely on the field problems and issues. And it's just we can't blame VAR if we're not using it properly. The offsides thing really bothers me when it's this close, like by a hair's net. What do we do? Just because the foot was out there by a second, is that really cause a difference of a goal? So that's something I think I would like us to look more into.
Well, you know what it is? I'm going to say it's clear and obvious. That's the thing. If it's clear and obvious, then make it clear and obvious. If it's not clear and obvious, right? I've said it before. They're trying to perfect the game. I don't want to perfect the game because we know that's not going to happen. But if you're going to put clear and obvious in the process, then make it clear and obvious. That's not if you have to go down and take like more than like 30 seconds to figure out if the guy's on our side, then it's not clear and obvious.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No, and even more important phrase than clear and obvious for offside that I think should be brought into it. Anytime it's that close, the whole reason for offside is an unfair advantage.
100%.
Did that player get an unfair advantage?
Exactly.
So
because of that.
if I'm over here and the guy putting me offside is 20 yards away from me, I'm not getting an unfair advantage.
No, you're all wrong. You're all wrong on this.
Yeah,
Tom, go take a leak. Go no way. Bullshit. No way.
I just want to add
Lolo
something real quick to what Gary was saying is that that we VAR spends too much time looking at things, and if you look long enough you can find what you're looking for.
Exactly.
What I would like to see is a clock on VAR.
100%.
You got 90 seconds. 90 seconds to look at it and make a decision. Let's
like
move on, because what's really happening is these VAR decisions are taking so goddamn long that this is why we're seeing 10 minutes of stoppage time.
100%, Mark, and it's exactly what Gary's saying because they're minusculing the not clear and obvious. They're trying to see like on the offsides play when they're having, we see it and they put it on the television where the color and the screens like that. That's not clear and obvious. And like Lolo said, another said, it could be on the other side of the pitch. Had no bearing on the final result of the goal or non-goal. So those are exactly things that they should be discussing, and it shouldn't be accepted. And because if they do that and they say we're not going to do it, VAR is a good thing, because VAR can be a good process if it's like, oh shit, the ref really screwed that one up, you know. But yeah, I agree. Time silences a lamb.
Hey Lolo,
I think you're all wrong. I think you're all inherently
Oh
wrong.
Jesus Christ!
you muted. You're muted. First
Oh,
off.
sorry. Momaster actually had a decent idea here. He says, I have another idea. Penalty should be won with 2 goals difference to make it less of a lottery. That's interesting. They may go forever, but that may mean just about every penalty shootout, you end up with the
Not a
keeper
lottery,
kicking.
though.
No,
Kicking
you know
it
what?
over,
You
so-
can do that if, for me, you can do that if you don't have to go 5 deep. It's just as soon as you're two up, then it's over.
As soon as you're 2 up, yeah.
Yeah,
Just as soon as you're 2 up.
It's not a lottery though, because teams actually prepare for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. I
not
don't
a
agree
lot.
with him that it's a lottery. I
Now
don't
think
agree.
about it.
I know-
If you
it-
said but think about it. If you said you had to win by 2, you think you know if Harry Kane is one of your 5, you think he's going to go first, right? You're going to make sure you go at least 3 deep before it's things over, right? And right
point.
now
Yeah,
you're going to
yeah.
leave him
Why
until the
would
5th.
you make him go first if it's a lottery?
It's not a lot. Wait, what? What? I
No,
don't
that's what I'm
understand.
saying. Logically,
You know what he's
you
trying
put
to
him
say is
first,
that,
because he's
you
probably
know,
going to
if
score.
your philosophy would be that is if you want to go too deep, is that you're going to have some players who are going to have to probably take a penalty more than one time. So you want to put a guy up front, the first player, and you know he's going to be the 6th because
I
you're
get
going to win
that.
by
You're
2.
not wrong.
And then,
I'm
but
just
then
trying to
another,
think
but
purpose.
no, I got you. But then another issue that I think Lolo was just saying is you start doing things like this, and what I'm seeing more a lot in international games is that they're going to the final once and maybe extra. How many times you're going to see the goal kicker kick, like you were just saying? You're going to see multiple things. So it adds a whole new perplexity to the penalty at the end of the match. It would make it a lot different, interesting, but it's a whole new idea and whole new strategy you would have to do. Because I'm like with Gary, if you're going to do something like that, you're going to want to put your best guys up front. It's kind of like in baseball. You want to put the guys up front who's going to get more at bats than the person prior to that. So
Yeah, because we've actually seen that before, Gary. Like Momaster saying no, it goes till 5, but it doesn't always go to 5. It's best of 5. So if one team misses their first 3 and the other team makes their first 3, it's over. And we've seen Cristiano Ronaldo, who always wants to take the 5th one to be the winner. He didn't get to shoot, and Portugal lost.
Yep,
because
that match.
He cried.
And he was like, "This is not fair. This is not fair."
Be nice, my wife's Portuguese. Be nice, my wife's Portuguese.
I love Portuguese people.
I was
think
in
Ronaldo's a
Portugal
twat.
for that match, and he
cried like a baby. I remember. Yep, he did, Mark. I remember.
Speaking of Portugal, we have a sponsor for tonight's show.
Sauce? Linguiça?
Oh,
Linguiça? I like linguiça.
Sorry, we should have been a bit more nice. Okay. On the Stoop's mystery sponsor for tonight is. Hold on, Lolo. It gets weird from here. Uh-oh. In honor of Spawny's triumphant return to happy hour, On the Stoop presents Just in Time for the Holidays.
delicious, hot and spicy Wolver spam time.
Spicy spam?
That's right,
Oh,
folks.
you
A
can't-
200-pound can of your favorite meat
2000.
product.
2000.
Order now for an autographed copy of Everyday Portuguese Cooking, signed by Nuno.
Oh, that's awesome.
Now.
Nuno hasn't been the coach for a while now.
I know.
Nuno's managed 14 since then.
Yeah, and he's actually
My
doing pretty
father
good
loves
with the
it.
one he's
And
got
now
now.
he's doing great. He's found a way to do well. He's selling Wolverhampton out in the woods.
I think it was
Nottingham.
hilarious that just recently that Nuno was named Premier League Manager of the Month
Oh,
for October, I think it was. And if we remember, the last time he was made manager of the month was the first month when he played, as Gary would say, he managed that team and was fired the next month.
You know what?
Let's see how that works.
My when they hired him, my first thought was, if they're going to hire him, they have to sell Son and Kane. Get that money, let him restart the whole cycle, because basically that's where they're at right now, right? Son and Kane are be gone before they even get anywhere. So, yeah, I think they screwed that one up, but that's
what
all right.
he needed.
We'll take it.
What he really needs to do, and this is a serious suggestion, despite what people will think, who knew he just needed to buy Chris Wood at whatever club he went to? Who knew that?
He is lighted up.
I can tell you something right
He's
now.
not
I was a
gonna
big
last.
fan.
He's
I'm
not
telling you,
gonna
Lolo, I disagree.
No.
I liked him before he even went to Forest. He had quality, and he wasn't even getting played. Sometimes he was getting half the time. Now he's getting his full thing. I like him. He's a big, strong striker. He knows where to be in the right place at the right time. I'm telling you, I think he's just going up, in my opinion.
Chris Wood can just walk over to any bag shop that sells bags, go buy that bag, and then go fill it up with dicks and eat that bag of dicks, because he had his chance to beat Manchester City and let Arsenal win the fucking title, and he had 24 sitters. So to me, Chris Wood is the worst striker in the history of Premier League. Let's go to break. I gotta go.
That's awesome.
That's not where I was going to go with that, but all right, he went there, folks. That's where he went, and he's off.
We're gonna take a little break because our old man bladders are really small.
Going to the little boy's room, I suppose.
John, if we've got something that we can play for the next 3.5 4 minutes, that would be awesome.
What's going on, football fans? It's your boy Lolo. Want to kick a big shout out to my Stoop crew, most of which is Leeds United fans. And I just want to say, you guys really impressed me over the weekend with your win over Man City. So much so that I decided to immortalize that victory into a poem. So I'm going to say it for y'all right now. I hope you enjoy it. If you do, share it. If you don't, share it anyway. It was a warm day in April, around 8 in the morning. All Leeds was anxious since their maroon kits were worn. They traveled not far, only an hour by train, to the home of the champs they hoped to contain. Manchester City was an unstoppable force, but the lads from Yorkshire had no fear, of course. Pundits all claimed there's no way in hell that these upstart boys would ever do well against Pep and his squad of world-class players. That championship team better start saying their prayers. Well, the match started well, both teams wanting to win it, when Paddy slotted in Dallas at the 42nd minute. A goal, an unbelievable sight. Leeds beating City? Nah, something didn't feel right. So 4 minutes later, Captain Coops clears the ball, but down goes Jesus. Now VAR gets the call. Go check the screen, go check the screen. This is the most dangerous tackle ever seen. Studs up hit the knee of the Man City man, so the card became red for the Leeds Capitan. Down to 10 men with mere minutes left in the half, Bielsa subs Bam Bam for some help in the back. The next 45 would be hell to defend, with shot after shot. Would the barrage ever end? Frustration from Pep and fear in his eyes, till the 72nd minute when they equalized. 1-1, all level. Still a fine result, but to Bielsa's 10 men, it was a nasty insult. We're better, we're Leeds, we fight till the end. You may be the kings, but our knees will not bend. We've come into your home, your Etihad Palace, but you bastards forgot that we've got Stuart Dallas. 90 minutes plus 1, City happy to draw, then Gianni picked a pass that left us in awe. No way, Stuart's flying at pace. There's not a chance that he wins this race. He's being closed down by Fernandinho and Stones, but the young man from Cookstown has ice in his bones. He nutmegs the keeper. The ball's on this lad. 10 men against the champs, gotta say, not too bad. The whistle was blown, the 3 points were taken, and every Leeds fan was screaming and shaking. Bielsa was humble, gave all the credit to the guys, even though his budget is 2% of Pep's size. It was Patty and Raph, Helder and Ty. Coops was tweeting from the lockers, one hell of a guy. It was Johnny, Pascal, Diego, and Luke. Melly has been brilliant for sure, not a fluke. With Shax and Caulk flying in for relief, and of course Calvin Phillips, the commander-in-chief. The man of the match was Dallas for sure, and the pride was for Leeds, from here to Yorkshire. So if you claim the badge and you only bleed white, march on together, and from the stoop, good night. Thank y'all for listening to that. I hope you enjoy it. And don't forget, you can become a part of the Stoop crew for just a little bit of money every month to show us that you love what we're doing. Peace from Brooklyn, y'all. Well, you played the whole outro there.
This, Lolo. A guy at work, my boss at work actually cashed out on Leeds United to beat Man City 10 seconds before Leeds scored the winner.
Whoa.
That's genuinely true.
That's bad luck.
Because obviously...
That's a self-imposed bad beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe it when he told me. It was just...
That's not a bad shout, Mo Master. Maybe I'll do that this year when Arsenal
that's good stuff.
Get a red card and lose the Champions League final to Real Madrid.
That's so funny. You think you're going to the final.
Haters are going to hate.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that little throwback to the past. That match was really a fucking match. That's a classic. Like, you should rewatch that match, man. It was a really good one, and I'm glad.
At least
glad we immortalized
YouTube the goals for it.
Yep.
Can't help myself.
All right. Well, I'm ready for a little gambling break. I don't know about you guys. Are you all ready for a little gambling break?
I'm ready.
Gary's got
Let's get to it, and let's hit it up with betting in the dark with Mr. Tom.
The Deuce Man.
Betting in the dark with Mr. Tom.
Come on, love. Place your bets.
And as we like to say, remember, these are bets that we asked Mr. Tom to find us that are crazy bets. Bets that will turn $1 or £1 into 100 or more. 200, 300 sometimes. They can make you 100 air like Mark was back in the day. I don't know if he's probably spent it all on crazy bets. But remember, don't place these bets if you don't got the money. And don't place these bets if you think they're going to win either, because they will not.
Just don't place the bets.
No, place the bets. They're fun.
They've been getting more wild and audacious by the week.
Oh, I can imagine.
That was when there was no proper football on. Now there's proper football on. Right?
Well, yeah, but last week, yeah, it's true. It's true. Last week don't count because everyone knows that it's picked Swindon during the international break because of Swindon Town and Musical. It barely counts. But you totally should have done it during the time. You shouldn't. You lost. I did get all the goal scorers last week, though, surprisingly. Anyway, sorry.
All right, let's see what you got.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. My theory behind this one is basically Chelsea are usually good for a heavy defeat against a relegated side. I remember when West Brom beat them twice. It was two of the only matches they won that season, but they did beat them. And also, Chelsea's manager is now the bald fraud. That was the original bald fraud at Leicester. But now he's one of the few bald frauds in the Premier League because Manchester United sacked their bald fraud and Pep's trying to take over the mantle of bald fraud because he's lost all 4 games since they sacked the other guy. Manchester United sat the other guy, sorry, and basically go fuck yourselves, Chelsea. 4-2 to Leicester. Nicholas Jackson's going to score because I've got a thing for the word name Jackson. When he pops up, we do the crap Michael Jackson impression. Jamie Vardy's going to score because he's about 700 years old, but he don't go to bed without scoring 2 goals, or he doesn't get out of bed for Leicester scoring 2 goals. You can turn £1 into 248, probably even more now because I'll pick this on Wednesday. So anyway,
Tom, I just got to say, in my day job, I do a bunch of shows where we big cameras and teleprompters and shit. And I was just imagining all that shit you just said on a teleprompter. I don't know anyone in the business who could have read what you just. I have no clue what you just said, but it sounded like fucking poetry. You must have said. You must have said bald fraud 48 times in 30 seconds. And then you went on about Jamie. Like, if we typed this up and put it on a teleprompter, nobody could follow that. That was impressive, my man. And you just off the dome.
Off the dome.
Right.
It's off the dome, as they
off
say.
The dome.
But yeah, no, I appreciate that. But no, seriously, I do think Leicester, and don't get me wrong, I'm not going to say they'll win this and they'll go on and win the next 10 games. Quite the opposite. They'll win this one and then they'll probably lose the next 9. But Bald Fraud, they're going to want to beat Bald Fraud, basically, because he left them for dust.
Yeah, he did.
Human beings do not forget this.
They're
he
at
left
home,
them,
so I don't see him
he
winning,
left
but-
them Potter style.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
I just don't see it, but I'm good.
But
no, Tom, I feel this. I feel this one, Tom. I think you're right about Chelsea. They are doing very well, and but I feel like they're due something like this. Like, they got a draw against Arsenal. They've been doing all right, and I feel like this is definitely. And they'll score first. They'll be calm, and then they'll get Vardy. He'll go have a pack of smokes and a Red Bull at halftime and come back.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Momar's got it in for Gary tonight for some reason. But
what happened?
Gary, out of interest, how much does that actually pay on your device?
I haven't put that bet in yet, so.
Oh,
well, Mo was right. He was just texting. You thought he was doing math on like bets? No, Gary's just texting.
Gary's just
like, where are the chicken wings? I ordered these 2 hours ago.
Hell yeah! I need some chicken wings.
Okay. If you guys don't mind, I'd like to go on to the second one for the weekend.
Please do. Come on.
Here we go. It's not as high a payout, admittedly, but can the new ball turn it into 4 losses in a row? Probably not, but
4 Premier League losses in a row.
So you're going for Spuds 3 and Man City 2?
I don't know a team that's got as good a record against Man City.
I was just making sure because I picked that. I have some prediction leagues, and I picked the Spuds to beat Man City 3-2. So that's cool. And now you have outlandish picks, so I'm kind of worried now. But yeah.
No, this is totally another one that could happen. Tom, I don't think you got crazy enough, to be honest.
Yeah,
yes, City will probably win this one, but we've all seen this sort of shit happen, and Spurs are on a poor streak as well, where they haven't gotten the results that they feel that they should, and now people are talking about wanting Bluey's dad out. And out of where are they from? London? Tottenham? Fuck.
Yep. Where are they
Can't
from?
believe I forgot their name. What a disrespectful thing.
They're next door to your team.
Yeah. But ever since they removed their name from their logo.
Isn't that funny how they did that? That was so. What purpose was that?
Well, I can tell you exactly why, Lawrence.
Why?
I don't know if everybody knew, but if you look right now, the Tottenham logo, that is the old Tottenham logo.
Yep.
Because it has the cock and balls and it has Tottenham Hotspur under it, and they changed it to remove Tottenham Hotspur
Yeah, I saw
from
that.
under it. So now it's just the cock and ball
Yeah.
because they wanted to stay truthful to who they are, and they were like, we don't have any titles. We can't put a title on our logo, so they took their title away.
I remember when Japan changed their flag in '99 from a white background and a big red dot to a white background with a big red dot.
Yeah, it was
genuinely
huge.
true. I've not made that
It
shit
was
up.
huge.
Genuinely true.
No,
it was
I
a big
I
change.
I don't see the rationale, in my opinion. I don't know.
Yeah. So, Mr. Tom, that bet that the previous bet, if I bet it, I'll win $2,000.
Mm.
Or just
$2,000.
$1 grand.
How much are you betting?
$1
for a grand?
On this
No,
this exact one.
Yeah.
And you get $1,000 for $1?
Yes, sir.
How has that changed so much?
You know
So,
what?
like
I think
Nicholas
it is?
Nicholas Jackson broke his leg yesterday, or what?
Yeah, there may be. It may have come out that Vardy ain't starting or something. I don't know. I mean,
or that Vardy's at a party. It's Friday night in Leicester. Vardy's out partying right now.
To be fair, I picked these on Wednesday, so any changes that occurred between Thursday and now.
For the love of God, Tom, not much has changed really. It hasn't changed much. It's Friday. It's fine. Unless they haven't really played anything.
You'd be surprised.
Well,
There've been some weeks where I pick ones, then Mark sits and goes, "He ain't playing tomorrow. It's already been official. He ain't playing. He ain't playing. He ain't playing."
Good shout there, Tom, because you're right. Sometimes you can't come down to that when they're deciding the injury report. I do the fantasy FPL, and it's the same way where you have to figure it out to the end.
Got to a stage where Mark actually sent me a website with this will give you the fucking injury reports. He didn't swear.
Yeah. I did do that.
Oh.
Well, Lawrence, you said you play FPL.
Yep.
So there's this new trend in betting as well, but with FPL where people have gotten access to the private leagues that the players are in.
Ooh.
For example, with Liverpool right now, they've got Cody Gakpo, Luis Diaz, Darwin Nunez.
They have a fantasy pit team?
No, but they have those players right now. They have those Premier League players who are always rotating, right? We never know who's going to start. So it's hard to own Liverpool
100%.
players besides Mo Salah. And they're like, we just checked out the league and Diogo Jota is starting himself in his team.
Oh, that's interesting.
He knows he's playing.
You know, shit like that. And
that's
then
intel. That's good intel.
Trent Alexander-Arnold is starting Cody Gakpo tomorrow.
Yep.
And you're like, why the fuck would he do that? Well, he knows he's going to play.
He's going to play. Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
So these FPL guys who have hacked those leagues are leaking that information. It's usually a little bit too late to change your fantasy team, but for bets like this, that's that inside
for bets
info.
It's perfect. Yeah, it's good for the bets because you get down to prior to the match.
I'll remember
because like first goal scorer Diogo Jota will be a lot more. Yeah. Anyway,
Stuart Pearce, who managed Manchester City and various teams, he played for West Ham as well, Nottingham Forest. He once phoned Alex Ferguson to ask him if a certain player was starting. I can't remember who it was, not important to the story. But basically, it turned out he wanted to know who he was going to start for the last match of the season because he had him in his fantasy team. And basically, he wanted to beat someone at his kid's school. So basically, he was phoning actual Premier League managers, asking them who they're starting.
It's all about insider information. It's good, but
it
is.
Look those up, Lawrence. Look those up, by the way, Lawrence.
Before I get into the third betting dot, I just want to preface.
Wait.
I actually wanted to pick 9-0, but it wouldn't let me. I actually selected 9-0, but then I couldn't put the goal scorers with it. And you know, there's a reason why I wanted 9-0 because Manchester United defeated Ipswich 9-0 in 1995.
Tom, how is Ipswich beating Man United 4-0 with two specific scores, only less than $200 return? That's insane.
Because D-Lap has been on fire.
Do you know what?
Yeah, but Ipswich to win 4-0.
Oh my God! What a ridiculous pick this is.
The
This is
odds
just
for
like
9-0 was 500 to 1. To be fair, they were all 500 to 1. It only became 150 to 1 at 5-0. But
500 to 1 is nothing for those, though.
I wanted to do 9-0, same goal scorers, and it went, nope, you can't pick that one. Can't pick that one. But Ipswich are going to beat them. John, if you don't mind, I don't know if you have it available. Can you bring up the Premier League table so I can work out how many games I'm about to claim that Ipswich are going to win for the rest of the season?
Oh, Lord.
All of them?
They played 11.
Right, so that leaves us with what? 27 games left. Could be wrong. So basically, Ipswich are going to run the table and end up on 28 wins. Starting with tomorrow with a 4-0 win. Sorry, not tomorrow, Sunday. It'd be really impressed if they actually won 4-0 tomorrow, considering they're not playing. But nah, I'm serious. They're gonna win. I was right. They beat Spurs. They beat Spurs, which I claimed would happen. They beat Spurs. I got the goal scorers as well, both of them. Spurs fucked it up because, of course, they did.
Spurs suck.
I just can't believe that this is only that much. It's gotta be way more. I have no service down here to check it, but it's gotta be way more.
Keep in mind though, no, I've not done a first goal scorer. That would absolutely have bumped it up.
Would have been Dunlap?
I'm a coward. Basically, I was like, it would fucking wind me up if they did win 4-0 and then it turned out Liam Delap scored first and I picked Smodic.
I would say that. I like him, but they're not going to win 4-0.
So is Amorim going to be managing this match?
Yeah.
For United?
It's his first match. Yep.
It's $600. It's $600 if for a dollar bet. So yeah. I don't know about that.
Yeah, it's a lot more.
You know what? I'm going to put it in right now. So excuse me, and I'll let you know what is at current odds because obviously this is 2 days old.
Tom, that's not your phone; it's your remote control.
The problem here, Tom, I think 4-1 would probably be a better, just because Ipswich tend to give up a goal, especially after they score, if they score first, because they score a lot. Where's the table at? They score a lot of goals, don't they?
They do all right. Dunlap's their leading scorer, I believe.
Yeah,
I like him. I like him a lot. I like to see him at West Ham.
Oh, they've only scored 12 goals, so maybe they don't.
Not the greatest, yeah. But how many is Dunlap scored? Probably about 6.
Jesus Christ! Wolves have 16. Wolves have scored 16 goals.
Are you shitting me? How many?
We can score.
That's more than half of all the rest of the teams. And
look how much they've given away.
Nottingham Forest are in 5th place and have only scored 15. Mark.
But they've also given up how many goals have they given up?
There you go, exactly, Mark. Yeah,
Wolves have given up 27.
That is freaking insane. That is insane. That defense is awful.
No.
27 goals,
Mark.
Trust me, dude, I love Dawson. I love Dawson. He was my man.
If you do that right now, 215. Sorry, 216. If you did it right now.
We had two teams. We had 2 teams that beat Wolves that scored 6 on Wolves. Take away those 12. I mean, that's respectable.
15.
Fair point, Mark. Fair point there.
Sometimes 2 games we gave up 6. We gave up 6 to Chelsea, and we gave up 6 to Brentford. Take away those, and that's not terrible when you,
you're right.
15 goals.
Fair point. Fair point.
I'm going to do 4-1 for Lolo's sake. So, yeah, that would pay, only 152. It actually pays less to have Man United score for reasons you just said, I imagine.
Well, yeah, because they're probably going to give a
score. Yeah, but out of interest, for anyone who wondered, which is none of you, obviously, because why would you? The goal scorers together 9-1. So you
how many goals has Dunlap scored?
D-Lap.
D-Lap.
Dunlap has none, but I imagine D-Lap has a couple more.
Oh, see, smart ass.
That's me.
Have
you really been watching this show to not know that I'm a smart ass, sir?
Tom, of course. If you don't know me, I've been on your show a couple times. You know I'm a smart ass too.
Yeah. Have my moments. But no,
D-Lap has scored 6 this season.
See where I just say bingo? I just said 6 out of 11. He's the man.
Do you know? I'm sure I've mentioned this any time we talk about him, but his dad was terrifying. His dad. This is a genuinely true thing. I watched a goalkeeper come out of the box, scramble to try and give away a corner instead of giving away the throw on. Because if his dad was awarded the throw in, the other team were going to score. Because that's how far he could throw a football into the box. It was like having a corner. It's a genuine thing. If anyone tells you different, they're lying. His name
Who were we talking about? Dunlap?
Yeah, D-Lap's dad played for Derby County and Stoke. Back when Stoke were Arsenal's biggest rivals. Your team hated Stoke because Stoke would kick the shit out of you.
No.
They broke one of your players' legs, if I remember rightly, Gary. Eduardo.
You're bringing up. Why you keep bringing up my team? Keep my team's name out your damn mouth.
But I'm gonna put them in there.
I know you like putting things in your mouth. This is not the kind of show.
Nice.
That's not PG. That's not PG, but not inaccurate. So, because I do like putting double steak into my mouth. So,
you're well done. A1 steak sauce.
Yeah, I'm like, cook that thing to fuck. I'll tell you this now. I'll get offended. Like, people can have food, whatever they want, right? But at the same time, just go out into a farm and just let it run around your plate. There you go. Confirming what I said. Thank you, Mr. Lawler. It was it was genuinely terrifying. It's not an exaggeration. It was like being given a corner, which is more accurate because he's throwing it rather than kicking it. But anyway, John, is there any chance, sir, that we can have the magic free?
Oh Lord, the magic.
There we go.
Free,
we're not getting them all right because I'm very confident this week.
That's probably the better one.
I like the Spurs to win. The rest are just rubbish. Besides that,
I know it would terrify you, Lawrence, if they did win because obviously they're your relegation rivals. So
that hurts.
Oh man!
But Tom, you have to be in the league to.
You do. My team ain't in the league because we didn't get them required points.
Once you get up to there, then talk to me. Before that, hey.
Yeah. All right.
Well, got to be in the league.
I'll see you in August, I suppose.
Oh no!
Maybe we thought that last year. You just couldn't make it through the playoffs, could you?
Yeah, that's true.
The Wolves, the Wolves spotted leads 6 points.
Mark, you seem like a good guy, but I'm worried about your team.
I'm not worried about my team at all. At all. No,
Gary, are you asleep?
We have played.
Trying to put in an extra
without
bet.
a doubt. Wolves have played the toughest schedule so far.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
Mark, you bring up a valid point. And I agree with that.
It is a valid point. We have played.
I talked about it.
Everyone in the top. Everyone on the top of the table. We've played.
You could say that same thing with
There's
West
only
Ham.
one team at the top of the table.
We're sitting at 14th, and West Ham, we've played a lot of the top teams. We haven't played the teams that we play that are lower table. We've done decent. We've either won or drawn with. So
here's your top. Let's go back to that top 10. Let's go back to that top 10, please. All right.
Yeah.
So let's run down the list.
Who
Let's
have
go.
Wolves played? Liverpool, check. Man City, check. Arsenal, check.
Us too.
Chelsea,
Us too.
check. Forest, check. We took a point from them. Brighton, we took a point from them. We haven't played Fulham. We get them tomorrow. Newcastle, check. Villa, check. Spurs, we get them in like 3 weeks. We've played everyone in the top 10, everyone in the top half of the table already.
Yeah,
you know, a team like Everton has only had 2 teams in the top 10 that they've played.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried. And you know, it'd be one thing that if Wolves didn't play hard for Gary O'Neill, but they are playing their asses off for him. I am not worried about them whatsoever.
You know what? I tell you, Mark, that is a good statement, because I can tell you right now, and I could say the same thing about West Ham and how we played at home and all the top teams that we played, and I go down the line. But the problem, and you can look at it, we've played some top teams, but the argument right now is the team playing for the manager. But one thing I always say is, I'm at the point now, we had a chat in the West Ham thing earlier today in the preview, is that, you know what, it's time for the players to look in the fucking mirror and say, hey, play for the badge, play for your fans, and play for your professionalism. Because sometimes in the Premier League, we love to blame the coaches and managers, and they screw up, and it does. But at some point, these guys got to play for themselves, just like in American League sports and all that. Because you know what, the time I'm going to look for quality players is when you're struggling. Who's out there busting their ass and doing the right job? If they ain't, I don't want you on my fucking team. I don't want you on my team. But if you're gonna play when you're down and you still lose, I'm gonna say I still like that player because he's fighting. It's when they give up. I don't like the excuse, oh, he flopped because they don't like the coach. That's just a lame ass excuse, man. Totally shit. Because at the end of the day, these guys are professionals. And if I was a manager at another club and you did that, I don't want this type of guy on my team. This guy, he'll turn on me in a heartbeat. I want a guy who's going to play hard and passionate no matter what.
If you could take a Wolves player into the West Ham squad, who would you take?
Dawson. I love Dawson so much. Dawson is one of my guys, and we got Full Crew, Kilman, I'm sorry, from Wolves, who I love too. And he's been a great center back. And I tell you, thank you very much for him. He's been great. And Dawson, he went to the Wolves because he had family issues and he wanted to get closer to his family. But he's a heart and soul. Set pieces he's a great defender, I believe. And then he's also good in the box on set pieces. For West Ham, he was scoring some headers, and he's just a feisty, hard-nosed player.
Oh, absolutely. And I'll be the first to admit that I miss Max Kilman, but you know, it's a double-edged sword for Wolves because, you know, Forsen won't spend the money. But I mean, 45 million for Kilman? That's how badly Lopetegui wanted him. Yeah. It was
I can tell you something right now, Mark.
Lopetegui paid a lot of money for him.
I can tell you right now, and we're playing so poorly, he's probably been one of the best players we had this year. And he's settled down that center back. I'm telling you, I know you probably don't watch West Ham much. He's been the best player we had. And I can tell you, after a couple of times, I put the captain's badge on him because he's doing that.
Well, he was our captain.
He was for you guys.
And I will tell you this, Lawrence. I watch everything. I watch like 6-7 matches a week.
So if you're watching West Ham, he's holding down that center back. He's the leader. I'm really impressed.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I'm happy with him.
Gary, what Wolves player would you take? Sir?
For Arsenal, for context, of course. Not for Boreham Wood.
You know what? I always feel like that Coote player is always in place to do something. So I kind of would take him just because we're not playing the ones we got. So why not bring somebody in that I know every once in a while we'll be in a dangerous position to maybe score against the opponent. So I like him. That's a player that I probably would bring.
I think if I was to answer for Gary, given the news on Ben White, I would want Ryan Aitniori.
I was going to say Aitniori or Semedo. I think Semedo wouldn't play for Arsenal for the first year that he came, but could become a player.
Yeah, I want somebody
you'd have to correct His defensive fuck ups are just, to me, he's like a Nuno Tavares type player where he's got so much good about him, but the fuck ups just kind of cost entire matches.
Yeah, he makes some
but
dumb fouls.
He's exactly what Arteta is looking for in a right back and a left back. So
I mean, I think we got it more than enough fullbacks. That's the thing. So
we do. But now we just lost Ben White for the year.
No, I know, but
we lost Ben White till March.
Really?
Ben White's back till March.
Yeah, Timber is a right back, so I think we're sorted.
Timber, that's the thing.
So,
I don't think they allow.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have allowed him to get that surgery
Mhm.
if we didn't have Timber. Like they would have. He was playing on it for so long, being injured already. It's one of these surgeries that he could have kept playing and probably destroyed the rest of his life. But they could have been like, just wait.
Yeah.
But Timber doesn't need to be playing out on the left. That's where Calafiore needs to be, you know?
Yeah. No, like I said, I mean, I don't know if any of the players that you named can contribute to us right now, but I feel like Coote would contribute to us right now because we need something else besides what we got, because we're not playing, until Nweri plays, I won't even know, That's the only attacker that we have that I don't feel like we've actually given a chance to like make a difference in a game, So
he needs to start playing.
Mark, who would you take from Arsenal if you could only take one player? Think about it, Lawrence. Your depth, sir.
I would take Rice back because I know for me, I would take Rice back because our midfield is pitiful.
Saliba.
In retrospect,
should we ban ex players in the future?
Saliba.
Because
I guess if I couldn't have Saliba, I would want Saliba. Or I guess Saliba is good too.
I mean,
I go for four. What about the fourth choice, just in case?
Saliba.
Let's just say, for argument's sake,
if I had to say, okay, you can't have Saliba. Gabriel.
All right. Well,
Saliba or Gabriel, because that's where we are lacking. Is we don't have that. First of all, Gabriel's huge. He would totally help us on set pieces. We're a small team.
He got pushed over by Patrick Bamford. I'll just let you know that. It's really important.
That was when he was smaller.
That is awesome.
He's bigger now. He's grown up.
And Patrick Bamford is doing what now?
Living off the fact that he pushed over Gabriel. Like, I'm just Like, I don't really saw him at a Tesco's the other day. He was working at the
Oxfam shop.
Clearly, the problem was I bought all this stuff and he kept trying to put it in the bag. He kept missing on the floor, man. I was like, these are fucking sinners. Lord Bamford, just put it in the bag.
When he does put it in the bag, his hand busts through the end, and you're like,
he's like,
there you go.
For you, sir.
Yeah. No, Gary's right. His hand busts through the end of the bag, and then it turns out he's fucked up his ankle for 6 months. Because, of course, that's the real truth.
He finally got one in, and he ran around the Tesco celebrating, slid into a display full of chili. Done.
I think the best thing that could happen to Bamford is that if he got Uruguayan citizenship and could go play for Bielsa on the national team, that would be the best thing for Bamford, because he's not
he's got one England cap.
The only person that has ever gotten anything worthwhile out of Patrick Bamford is Marcelo Bielsa, and I don't think anyone
got something
can
good out of
say.
it.
I don't think anyone can say that is not true, because he has done fuck all without Bielsa. Even when healthy, he does fuck all. That's racist, Mark. What is racist about
that's so
Bamford?
Racist, Mark?
That's das racist.
I was a bit uncomfortable listening to all that because of all the racism that was going on in that minute.
Yeah, the blatant inherent racism was really hurting my ear. I think I have like
sent
tinnitus
Lawrence
of
off
the
stream.
racial.
It was so racist that he was gone.
Yes, it was so racist. Cancel the show.
Can you be racist against Patrick Bamford? Is that possible? Hang on, let me consult with my lawyer. Oh, you expect you actually consult with my lawyer? I'm sorry. Oh.
No,
I need to go and get a lawyer.
I'm speechless. I guess I was so racist that I scared Lawrence away.
Yeah. Well, he knows. He's like, I don't want to be. Don't put my picture on this.
I would have.
I don't need a screen grab.
No, that's not true. You're wrong, Deborah Zebra. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. That's unkind. That's actually the closest thing to racism I've actually seen on the show. even not including my borderline racist comments that I did make earlier.
But Mark, to go back to that question about whoever said from Wolves, Strand Larson wouldn't be a bad shout for Arsenal. Because we're desperate for a striker, and he's the backup to Erling fucking Haaland in Norway. Like
which means he'll never get hurt.
Yeah, if Haaland wasn't there, he would definitely be starting because he is good, and John likes him because he's from he was at Celta de Vigo, and so I know him from there as well. This kid is gonna score fucking goals. This kid is gonna score fucking goals.
He's great for us, and he just needs to get that timing down. It's just that there's a number of goal hungry individuals up front for Wolves.
That's
scoring
fine,
goals
though,
scoring goals are not our
fine.
problem. It's conceding, but as I had mentioned to Lawrence earlier. Take away 12 and 2 games. We're not really that leaky of a defense.
Well, let's say you only lose those 2-0 and 2-0. That's still 8 goals. So 8 goals away from what have you given up? 27, 19. You're still at 19. That's
okay. So we'd have a -3. We'd have a -3 at that point.
You'd be like fourth or fifth worst in the league.
That's not shameful. Fourth or fifth? No way.
Fourth or fifth worst
Mark, with our respect,
goals against.
We wish, whatever. Reality is, it is what it is right now.
It is what it is. Exactly. But
I'm the same way
based on a number of those things. Yeah. I'm not concerned.
You're thinking you bounce back. Gotcha. Yeah.
The last time I was on this show, I said the following. Let's see where we are come Boxing Day.
Okay,
if we're still in if we're still in that relegation zone come Boxing Day, I'm going to be a little concerned because you've got the international break, and my worry is that Fosun isn't going to like the result, and they're going to fire him, and then he's going to lose. Then ownership will lose the squad because they like playing for Gary O'Neill. In the meantime, who are you going to get to come in? The rumors out there are just stupid. I mean, they're talking like David Moyes coming in. There's no way in hell Moyes is going to come in. Is going to come into Wolverhampton with an ownership that does not spend. That's why Lopetegui left. That's why Lage left. That's why Nuno left. Everyone leaves because they won't spend money. And Gary O'Neill is like, I guess I'll work with what I got. And he's doing quite well. I think we've been in all. There's been a lot that we've been in.
Gotcha.
Man City, we were in that match until the final whistle. Chelsea, we played toe to toe for a half. Now, granted, that's not good enough, but come 70th minute, when lackluster, where our thin squad was exposed, is right around the 70th minute. And if you look at all the matches that we've lost, those goals have been conceded late in the game because we don't have a bench that can support, a team. We score rather quickly. Not like what was it? Who was it? West Ham scored like
Brentford scored.
Brentford 5 straight games in the first 5
Brentford,
minutes.
yeah, remember that they did. They got us at like 58 seconds. I was like, holy shit, it was a great.
They didn't win any of those games though.
Now, Mark, the January transfer window is coming up fast, and Christmas and all that, and you say that the whole problem for Wolves right now is that your bench can't support you, so you need a new bench, right? And how do you make a bench? Well, first you need a good carpenter, and who was the best carpenter? Jesus. Why don't you take Jesus from Arsenal? We'll give you. I think what you're asking for.
I look where you're going. Keep going. Keep going. Just don't stop. Don't laugh. It's not funny. This is
give us Cunha. Give us Cunha, and we will give you Jesus.
Give that
you said
man,
you have too many guys who are ready to attack. Give us Strand Larson, and we will give you Jesus.
Don't bring our Lord into this.
No,
Who's Lord?
No. That's not who.
John coming in there from 1956 and threw a potato.
Yeah.
John comes in. It must have been like intermission of a Rangers match.
Nothing's more steamy than John coming in looking like he's been filming from behind a potato. Which is what just happened.
Johnny, we're going to be just fine. We're going to be just fine. We're going to be playing some of the bottom of the table. We're going to get some points.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
And we're going to get it. We're going to be just fine. We're going to be just fine.
Come on.
I like that.
You need Jesus, man.
You need Jesus in your life, man. You need Jesus in your life, man. It happens. It's part of life.
You said the only problem is that your bench can't support you. You need a better bench.
You need Jesus.
No, we need bench support for the back of the pitch, not the front of the pitch.
Buttresses? Flying buttresses?
Yes. We need a Saliba. We need a Gabby, a Gabrielle. We need a
Hey. It's about to be a Will Smith, Chris Rock situation. I'm gonna smack you. You keep their names out your mouth. You keep my center back's names out your mouth. You shut the fuck up right now.
I don't know who we get, but
I would think hard about that Jesus thing. It sounds like a winner. So just go on.
Come on. What the? Why? So okay, hold on here.
That's all right. You can.
He's done fuck all with you. Can barely see the pitch, and you want my squad to take him off your hands so that he can.
You would take him though.
Fuck all for us? No, I would not.
No, you take him.
I don't know why Arsenal took him in the first place.
In the room,
it just didn't make sense to me. I mean,
which player? Sorry, just so we're on the same page here.
Jesus.
Oh no, we were saying one. Yeah, you take him tomorrow. You take him in 6 minutes' time if he was offered.
No.
Now, Mark, would you take the Jesus?
I will not take the Jesus
from Big Lebowski.
Oh,
he could probably do some. He could
do some damage.
Don't fuck with the Jesus.
Just confirm this. I would take Ben White from Arsenal.
He's healthy.
If he was
out
healthy
until March.
Even better. Better. I'd bring him in. I'd be like, welcome back, Ben, and all that. Even better, I'd bring him in. I'd go, welcome back, Ben, and all that. Just take him in the room. And then basically, I would then go, lads, you remember that guy that used to play for us, but then scored against us and then celebrated like he won the World Cup? Good luck with that, Ben. See you later.
That rationale is why Leeds are in relegation and they're not in the Prem.
Oh, sorry. No, that rationale is why I'm a CUNT.
That's good.
I'm very petty. I'm a petty person, Lawrence.
That's good. I like you, Tom. You're good. Gary?
Lawrence. Lawrence.
I knew it.
I just realized you're Tom Petty.
Nice.
You belong in the field of wildflowers.
Beautiful.
He's a good
Gary's so upset
boy.
at these events.
Yeah, I just don't like this. This has been a bad show for me.
Well, I think because we've talked
Explain.
which is a very sad state when we spend 15, 20 minutes talking about the Wolves.
Absolutely. This is the most Wolves talk we've had in 3 years.
Mark, congratulations. I won't be back again.
Deborah the Zebra is a Wolves fan, and she's in the audience. She's here, and I think we had another Wolves fan in here somewhere.
Gee, that's probably the only ones that are actually.
We'll take them. We'll take them.
That's probably the only ones out there, right?
It was a mirage. It was a mirage. It was a Snapchat filter that popped up.
Gary, are you doing a show tomorrow, sir?
Yes, sir. Tomorrow.
Are you doing our outro?
I don't know. Is it already, oh, it is time. Yeah. Well, if it is, yes, I am doing a show tomorrow. Check it out. It's me, Mr. Tom, and one of the Sam Greenwoods. We'll see which one it is.
Nope.
And that's Spencer.
Nope, it won't be.
It won't be Sam Greenwood then.
It won't be because Arsenal are playing live at the same time.
Oh, that's right. So we'll be doing a watch along. Mr. Tom, I hope will join me while I scream at the TV and he can say his nonsense.
Of course.
But check us out at 3 p.m. for you guys in the UK. 10 a.m. We'll start a little early actually, and then we'll get it going. Check us out. Mondays we'll recap the game. 12:30 a.m. for you guys in the UK. 7:30 p.m. on the East Coast. Thank you.
Yeah, post your channel, Gary. I'll subscribe to that.
You're gonna recap the game that you already watched live on the internet.
You're damn right. Because after I settle down for a day, I might have something new to say.
Yeah, I'm just confirming that. It's not at all an attempt to wind you up.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Yes, sir. He said that like a disappointed dad. He's like, yeah, it is. And you know it. Be honest. I'm like, yeah, it was. It kind of worked though, didn't it?
Well, before
you guys want to talk about the
Lolo,
upcoming matches?
I think we're
Yeah, bring up the upcoming matches so I can say more delusional shit about Premier League football. All right, Leicester, Forest, Villa.
You know what? That's where he's done. He's done.
Bournemouth,
he's done.
Brentford. You know what? I think Wolves are going to get something at Fulham, not just because Wolves there. Mark's there, sorry. I don't know why I called him.
No way. Fulham's got them 3-1.
Yeah, Wolves are going to win. Spurs are going to win. I do have Southampton beat Liverpool as my upset pick of the week, which are some of you will know what that is. I do because they divide it by the play. You get points based on the place difference, and you will get no bigger points on offer than 20th versus first. You cannot.
I think if I was to
pick this,
I think if I was to go for an upset of the week, I think Crystal Palace takes Villa. That's my upset of the week.
That's not a bad shout because I can tell you right now, Villa's unpredictable, so that's not a terrible.
They're
shout.
not playing very good ball right now.
Yeah, not a bad.
Is there Champions League games in midweek?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. So you think you're going to hold them back? International break depends how many been away. So some leagues are going to be fresh. So I don't think that's going to have a bearing on it. But then it still could. It could be, Tom. You're right.
It feels like they load their team more following the Champions League game more than leading up into one. I don't know if that's actually true.
No, I
don't
got
really
you.
care about Aston Villa, but it feels like that's true.
No, I hear you. Actually, Villa's been playing stronger in the tournaments and the games in the Prem. They've been so upside down, man. Watkins has not performed in the Prem. He's on my fantasy team. He's not giving me points, man.
There's going to be a lot of messaging. Not a lot. There'll be one, basically. If Chris Wood scores against Arsenal, I'll go, hey, Lolo. As you say.
Oh, yeah. Now that I know that Lolo hates him, I'll be doing the same thing.
Lolo has absolutely confirmed that
Lawrence,
man will score tomorrow.
Lawrence, I liked you.
Yeah,
For
I
a bit.
know.
I liked you for a bit, but
he's absolutely
time has
scoring
come and
tomorrow.
gone now. It's over. You actually are like
Sorry,
the fact
Gary.
that you even like mentioned. You actually said something positive about Mr. Tom. That's when I knew things were just going down the wrong.
That's when he knew you was a bit
path.
ropey, Lawrence. When he
Son-
knew there was a bit something dodgy going on there.
Gary,
At least it lasts.
Gary, those relegation guys stick together. Okay?
I guess so. I guess so. It's happier down there. His misery likes company. I know.
Yeah.
Oh no! As a Leeds fan, it's beholden on me. I will turn on Lawrence like that. I can't click my fingers, but that's how fast
Oh,
I will
absolutely.
turn on Lawrence.
Oh,
As soon as it
100%,
suits me. As soon as it suits me.
Trust me,
I'll
he
turn
will.
on I'll throw all of you under the bus for 3 points. I'm not even involved in any of the matches, and I'm still considering throwing you all under a bus.
All right, we're gonna go quick fire, just like Tom just did. So I'll start. Gary, you'll go next. Then Mark. Then Tom, you do yours again. Then Lawrence. Okay. So Leicester, Chelsea. I'm going 3-1 Leicester. Arsenal, Forest. 1-1 draw. Villa, Palace. 2-1 Palace. Bournemouth, Brighton. 0-0. Everton, Brentford, 2-0 Brentford. Fulham, Wolves, 2-1 Wolves. City, Spurs, 2-0 Spurs. Southampton, Liverpool, 3-0 Liverpool. Ipswich, Man United, 2-1 United. Newcastle, West Ham. West Ham for the win.
Baby!
1-0. 1-0.
Love you, Lolo.
Wow.
1-0.
Wow. All right, I'll start it. Here we go. I don't see how Leicester's going to get anything. Chelsea's got too much talent, so Chelsea's going to win that. At worst case, 2-1. That's as close as it's going to be. Arsenal will return. I just want to win, so I'm going 2-1 Arsenal, but we need to win by 2 for me to feel comfortable that we've turned the tide. Villa, Crystal Palace. I don't think Crystal. Yeah, I'm going to go 1-1 on that one. Bournemouth and Brighton. I'm going to go draw there. 0-0. I like that one. Everton and Brentford. Another 0-0 snooze fest. There is what I'm thinking. They're just going to wipe each other out. Fulham and Wolves. I can see that actually being a little bit more entertaining. I'm actually going to go 2-2 on that one. I think there'll be a little bit of goal scoring there. Both sides will get something out of this one. I want madness, so City loses. As long as that happens, that's what I would like to see. Even though I'll never cheer for that other team, but if City loses, I'll be happy. But you know what? In reality, no, I don't see it. City will win this one. They just got their manager back for at least a year or 2 years. They got their players back. They're going to be up for this game, so City probably will get the win, but I would like them to lose. Liverpool definitely will do it. Southampton, sorry. I do want madness, so Ipswich will surprise and welcome Amarin to the league. I'm going to go with a draw. 1-1 draw there. That's reaching, but that's what I want. And Newcastle, West Ham, sorry, Lawrence. I don't see it. I'm sorry.
Gary, do not accept my friend's acceptance on Facebook.
I'm sorry. I can't take it back. You joined. You're in already, Lawrence.
Yeah,
sorry.
they need to create the friend request. They need to create the enemy request.
Right.
It's like, can I just change that real quick to?
I'll have 1,000 of them in about 4 minutes.
Lolo, can I get one of these?
Nope. We only have them set up over there. Yeah.
I'm just gonna buzz through these, and I'm not gonna give scores because I haven't really put a whole lot of thought into it. But Chelsea playing way too well beats Leicester. Arsenal, Nottingham Forest. I think this is a draw. I do think Crystal Palace will beat Aston Villa. I believe Bournemouth at home is going to take care of Brighton. Everton, Brentford. Everton needs to win. They have been playing well. I'm giving it to Brentford. Fulham and Wolves. It's Raul against the world. Raul is playing well, and I'm really happy for him. I think this is a draw. because the Wolves are playing well. They're playing hard for Gary O'Neill, and I think they scratch a point. I'm going to go against the Tide here. Man City is not losing at home to the Spurs. Spurs way too inconsistent, and Man City way too good at home. Liverpool will take care of Southampton. Ipswich, Man United. I see Ipswich going up first, but I see Man United drawing in this match. Newcastle and West Ham. I haven't seen enough that impresses me with West Ham. Newcastle starting to put it together despite the injuries. I'm going Newcastle on that one.
All right. Okay, Tom, you want to finish yours?
Yeah. No, I'll do the scores because I've consulted my very special and very clever algorithm that would give you the exact scores. Basically, I've got Leicester to win by a field goal over Chelsea. It's gonna be 3-0. Nottingham Forest are going to edge out Arsenal by 56-28. Aston Villa are going to edge out 8-7. Bournemouth are going to beat Brighton in a very high-scoring game of 97-92. Everton are going to lose 3-0 by a field goal to Brentford. Fulham and Wolves is obviously going to be 1-1, which I believe is known in the NFL games as scorigami. Of scores that conventional safety. Two safeties. Anyway, Man City are playing Spurs, and that is quite obviously going to be Spurs getting 72 points to Man City's 68 points, with Haaland getting 67 of them.
I'm so glad you take this serious.
Yeah, this is
and Liverpool are going to score 20 points at Southampton, which will be unfortunate when Southampton somehow score 21 as soon as Ben Barrett and Diaz leaves the field. Once it's confirmed that he's not actually in Southampton, the area, Southampton will start playing. Ipswich are going to win 9-0 as we 3 field goals, basically, to my understanding of the rules. And Newcastle are going to get a 3-0 win over the Hammers because West Ham never do well up in the North East for some reason. And just they'll kick one through the posts and then West Ham can go home, tail between their legs and get home nice and safe. It's quite a journey from Newcastle. Anyway. I still love you, Lawrence, but not as much as I love getting a scorigami.
Wow. All right. Moving on, I guess.
It's only getting a more confident talker when I'm on a roll.
Yeah, you're great. Really good. Really good.
When you're on the crack, is that what you would try?
Yeah, when I'm on the what's that thing your mom always used to give us when we came home from school really late? Crack. Yes.
Crack. My favorite crack is the next one.
Oh Lord.
All right, Lawrence, you're up. We are 7 minutes over time.
Okay, I'm ready to go because I had my picks because I've had a prediction show before. So what I'm going for is a 1-3 Chelsea win. I think Palmer, if he's healthy, is going to come in and take care of business. Arsenal has to bounce back because they've been struggling. 2-1. Villa, I'm going to give them 2-1, even though I agree with you. It's kind of sketchy on how they've been playing, but I'm going to go with it. Bournemouth and Brighton, I'm going to go with a draw 1-1. For Brentford, going to win 2-1. For the Fulham, it's going to win 3-1. I got the Spuds. Actually, I'm going to do this surprising. Man City is not in the right mind. They're not doing it right. So I'm going to say Spuds going to win that match. It's going to be a 3-2 Spuds. Liverpool, I think they're the premier team in the league right now. So I'm going to give them a 3-0 win against Southampton. I can't see them scoring anything against them. Man U, I think with the new guy coming in and they started playing better with the interim guy, I'm going to give them a 3-1 win. And my boys from West Ham are going to go and kick some freaking ass at Newcastle. It's going to be 2-1, baby. So mark that down. And next week I'm going to tell you guys I'm right. Besides that, have a good night.
Oh, that was awesome. Yeah, I don't see the manager bounce with Man U. I don't see it. That team is way too much in disarray.
But know what, Mark? I agree with you. But even with, and I'd like this the interim guy. I forgot his goddamn name. Ron
Ruud Van Nistelrooy.
I wanted him. Yeah, good go, Nikki. That's good. Lolo.
Ruud
That
Van
was it.
Nistelrooy is one of the most unforgettable names that you can ever have. Like,
Well, shit, you're
his
right.
name's
but I'm not-
Rude for fuck's sake. It's rude. It's
I
rude
like-
to not
I
remember rude.
I like him so much coming out there that I was like, hey, could we pick somebody up? And West Ham channels like, oh, well, we need this guy. Guess what? If we sack Lopetegui, there ain't many pickings out there that have to. You have to go for some guys that are playing well, not a lot of premier experience to do the job. You know what I mean? And that guy would be perfect for it. There's different people out there.
I hear
You're not-
Steve Bruce is available.
Jesus Christ.
No,
But-
Steve Bruce is managing.
I know.
I heard.
Manchester Blackpool.
Hey, Mark. I also heard David Moyes is available. I ain't picking his ass up.
Oh
either.
jeez.
So, you know,
He's
Who
look.
would you replace
I
Gary O'Neill
liked
before we finish?
David Moyes. I had no problem with Moyes.
You
I
didn't watch
would
him?
not want him on Wolves, but I had no problem with him. You know,
He got us a trophy. If you guys
you
didn't
guys
know,
got you a trophy 2 years ago.
If you guys
There's only
aren't
one man that Mark wants to manage his club, and
Mm.
I'm pretty confident in saying it's Dicey, baby.
Oh, good lord! I don't care.
No, that's the man I want to manage.
Drop
my
us, drop us to League One. But if I had Sean Dyche as our manager, I would fucking just be in hog heaven. Absolutely. That there's a Q&A that he's a part of, and I just rewatch it over and over and over again because he's just so rawly honest. Where the guy's
I like that.
where he just like looks at the reporter and he goes, "Really, really?"
Yeah, I like that.
And he's like, who wears it bald?
That's it, guys. I guess the show's over.
Damn, Lolo. Damn,
that's not me.
Cut us off.
That's Director John.
Sorry, Mark. I was trying to move the video up in the order.
I'm sure you
and
were.
it accidentally hit.
I
Sorry
think
about
we're
that.
still going, but
Yeah, we are.
John,
let's just go ahead and
John,
sorry.
hold on
Mark.
a second. John, you bring up a good point. End the fucking show.
I can't remember what that point is. But
Mark was in the middle of the sentence, and I accidentally cut
we
him
should
off.
be done.
It's all good.
No, Mark was making a very good point about
ending the show.
Somebody. Anyway, here, allow me to make a very quick point. It has been probably 4 to 6 weeks since I've been able to do the show because I've been doing various things. That termite problem has been has been just horrible. But it's good to be back. It's good to see all your mugs and to banter and to try and squeeze our point across in this lovely little thing that we do. And Lawrence, absolutely fantastic to have you join us.
Thank you, Mark. I appreciate being a part of it.
Is part of our stoop, or as some of the English like to say, the stairs. Voila on the stairs.
So thank you guys. I echo all that. Thank you very much. Welcome back, Mark. Welcome back to myself. Oh, thank you. We've had a great show tonight. I'm not even waiting to see the reviews. I'm telling you that we've had a great show tonight. Thank you guys for joining us. We are going to be backstage for a little bit, shooting the shit. Director John already sent that link out there, so click on that link and you can join us afterwards for a little while we hang out backstage and really let our hair down.
Well, time is going to be a very difficult thing for you and Mark, but we'll try to.
You know, you had a great show when Gary looks like he's had enough of my shit.
Yep. So we will see.
I like Gary,
we will see you guys next week. Bye. I hope all of your teams lose except for Gary's.
Yes,
Come on,
sir.
you Irish, baby. Come on, you Irish.
Leeds to win 2-0 over.